heresy. Howling wolf, do you stalk your prey in the nighttime? Doofy Dobby, are you bored? Because I can smell boredom. And I am not smelling it right now. Lichen dude. Does that mean you're a wolf? Today is a beautiful day. I am excited. You like cheese? Be prepared to be melted on some garlic bread and eaten by a corn dog. $15,000 points of chaos is coming your way. The renovations are in progress. You lick your prey before they notice they are about to die. They must think it's a wet blanket. The Valhalla Challenge is in progress. The 4-pack is revealing itself. People are loving their lives. People are becoming vain and looking in the mirror. A lot. There will be no chicken wings today. There perhaps might be discussion about it that might last about 15 seconds. What a shame. It's not a shame. There's no such thing as shame. Only inhibition. Dave the Space Wolf King, did you learn how to share in junior kindergarten? Nickelbell, you say, good afternoon, small people. Does that mean you're a giant? Because giants are the type of people that are successful in life because others are afraid to oppose them. No, barren space. No pudding for you. You need to work on those Valhalla crunches. Pudding is poison. Tau equals shame. Muchy66, a chaotic messenger, will visit you in your sleep and endow you with power. The Force Sword type of power. Nickelbell, you say you're pretty big, getting big, deadlift and pull-ups. How are you compared to a converted defiler? Are you as big as he is? Can you pull him up?
MiniWargamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome, Wargamers, to the Shrine of Chaos, June 21st. Today, I'm going to do something special. I've never done this before in my chaotic career. Will be a discussion about a 15,000 point Chaos army that I've acquired over the last 5 years. I think it was. Yeah, I think it has been. It's a pretty long time. Can I have a viewer count, please? The screen isn't working for me, so I can't see it. The reason why I ask is because I'm going to wait a minute before I jump right into the discussion, because I know inevitably people are going to jump in and they're going to be like, oh, I missed the beginning of it. And so, out of courtesy, I will wait. Alright, we're going to wait until it's a little bit more. Just a little. Just a touch. In the meantime, I'm going to show you something fun. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a picture of my kids. They are loving their lives in their new MiniWargamer t-shirts. This is how they wake up in the morning. They jump and try to reach the sky. And this is me with my kids. This is how we walk down the street, because we need everyone to know that we are carrying awesome sauce in our backpacks. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I like it. Hopefully, this has put a smile on your face. If not, then you've just had Botox and you're smiling on the inside. I know. I can see. The eye of terror sees all. Okay, your account. As soon as we get to 100, we're going to jump right in. What are we at right now? Let's do it. First person to give me a viewer count, they're going to be visited by a Messenger of Chaos. And they're going to be, okay, German Lizard, when your tail is cut, it will grow back about twice as fast as it normally does, because you were the first one to give me the viewer count. And that's just how the psychic powers work today in the Shrine of Chaos. Want to see this? This appeared on my desk. Apparently, these don't exist in Canada, but they exist now in Canada because I have one of these in my possession. Now, you might find this is a little bit oxymoronic, because with the Valhalla challenge of 40,000 sit-ups, and with this animal cookie frosting goodness, you might be thinking, what are you doing? Why? Why do you have that there? And this as well. Not even sure what this is yet, but it smells like fudge. It probably is fudge. I just like collecting things that I don't consume. Nope. That reason will not work. I'm going to have to find another one pretty fast. Are we over 90? If we're over 90, then, you know, that's close enough to being in business. And we can jump right in. 89. Oh, okay, we're at 89. I'm going to have to go with one more. All right. But before I show you the pictures, I spent a couple hours today preparing for the show and setting up the models, taking pictures of them, because I've taken a picture of every model that I am willing to admit that I possess in the Chaos Army. I say that because I didn't take any pictures of my possessed, because I have like 5 of them, and that's all I'll ever have. Just as an example. So, yeah, I prepared a good show for you guys today. And just like Conan O'Brien says, he calls every show a good show. And then he makes fun of himself, saying, no, it's not really a good show. And then he questions why you're even watching the show. I like Conan because people interrupt others when they think it's funny. I need to take this off the hook, because when I take it off the hook, I think it might answer. It's one of those phones. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. 93. We're going to go right into it. Now, speaking of Chaos Space Marines, the reason why I started collecting them in the first place is because of their look. 5.5-ish years ago, when I first got into 40K, I knew nothing about anything. about any army, about rules, anything. So I judged my army choice purely based on the aesthetics of the army. And I thought that Chaos Space Marines looked like the coolest models that ever existed. And that's why I collected them. In the particular starter set that I got, it had a Defiler in it. I think it was a Chaos Space Marine Global set, and that Defiler became Defi. And he was one of the first models I ever painted. Since then, I have added 2 more Defis. One is one that I just put together and some cultists painted for me, and another one was converted by Austin from Brush for Hire. By the way, in the course of this show today, you will be given information on various painting services, because giving credit where credit's due, a lot of my army was painted up by various painting services, and so I'm just going to tell you who painted what. As far as I can remember, because I've been given some models by viewers, by people in the community, and I apologize beforehand if I don't remember your name, because there's quite a few models that I was given, and so and sometimes usernames are the type of usernames where you can't remember them easily. And so this will be your chance to stake a claim on my army. Not to receive the model back, because it's a gift and you've given it to me and now mine. But just to let me know if you've, painted it and given it to me, because I want to remember you, and I need you to, get credit for what you've done. Also, at the end of the show, I'm going to be giving away this. Who can tell me what this is? No one? Okay, good. Actually, maybe someone could tell me. That'd be funny. But that is a chaos model of sorts. So let's get right into this. Let's start with, what do you guys want me to start with? HQ? Troops? Really doesn't matter. I love it all. What do you want to see? Okay, Alamduum. You just think you're too smart, huh? Okay, HQ it is. Let's start with Abaddon the Despoiler, painted by Worthy Painting. Painted by Dan Twiss, to be exact. He was practicing some techniques on this for his Golden Demon entry. I think I'm remembering that story right, but this is disputably one of the best painted models that I have in my army. I think it's fantastic. I love it. I like fielding this guy because he's a powerhouse. And the picture doesn't do it justice, but the detail on this guy is sick. It's sickening sweet. You ever have one of those snacks that is so sweet it makes you sick? That's Abaddon the Despoiler. He makes your stomach rot with sweetness. I mean, just look at that power lightning claw that he's got. I mean, what else would that do if it's on the inside of your stomach? He shouldn't have arms? What do you mean he shouldn't have arms? I don't get it. Oh, now I got you. All right. Yes, I do have a 15,000 point army now. That email is absolutely correct, by the way. Now, in terms of competitiveness, he's not the most competitive in the Chaos Army. He is a fun model to play with. He's when you want to intimidate people, because a lot of people don't know his stats. They just know that he's a powerhouse, and so you just bring him in and, oh, what does he do? I gotta watch out for him. I gotta attack him. And so they focus their firepower on him while you get to use your other models to destroy his army. That's what I find happens when I bring him. Now, let's go to this guy, my Dark Apostle, painted by Austin, Brush for Hire. This is actually one of the examples in the Chaos Masterclass DVD series. He used this Dark Apostle with object source lighting effects and freehanding on the scrolls and everything. I think he's a beautifully painted model. He's fantastic. Most of the HQs that I have, they're really well painted, and I just love him. In terms of competitiveness, he's not the most competitive. He's an okay model to bring, a cheap-ish model to bring. Not the cheapest, not the most expensive, nearly. He's a fun model, just because he's different, and it's good to change things up sometimes. Let's go on to Korn. These are the Korn HQs that I have. On the very right, you see Karn the Betrayer. Karn is awesome. Karn is a good HQ to bring. He is semi-competitive, and he's a lot of fun. Either way, whether you win the game or not, whether you want to be competitive or not, you will have fun if you bring Karn the Betrayer. He will make you happy, because he just always kills things, and he always hits, whether it's his own guys or enemies. Preferably your own guys. And I say that, why would I say that? Because it's more fun that way. I actually painted up Karn. I painted him up, I'm going to say multiple times. And not just multiple times, but a little bit here and a little bit there over the course of 5 years. I got Karn the Betrayer from my mother-in-law. She picked him up at a yard sale. He was included in a tackle box filled with other HQs and models that are in my army to this day, still. So he was a good find. I think she paid like $15, and she got a whole bunch of Chaos models. And the funny thing is, back then, 5 years ago, she was just told that it was Chaos Space Marine that I collected. She wasn't told that... Oh, no, sorry. She was just told that I was playing Warhammer 40k. And so she'd happened to see Warhammer 40k models, and she picked it up at a yard sale. She had no idea that they were Chaos Space Marines, but they happen to be Chaos Space Marines. And, oh, the luck is just in my favor sometimes. Now let's go back at that Terminator Korn Lord in the back. That was painted by Austin, Brush for Hire. You can't see the effects on the cape, but there's a lot of nice blending effects and mud effects, dirt, weathering, worn effects on the cape, and also lighting on the eyes. And there's a lot of detail in that model. But like I said, the poor lighting in the picture, I just wanted to take the picture to show you, and that's about one of 20 pictures, because this is the only one that was in focus. So this is the best of the crap of the pictures that I took, because I'm not a photographer. I am a person who likes to make fun of photographers because I'm jealous of them. I am only half kidding. He's fun. He's a fun model to bring. I don't typically bring Terminator Lords in my armies when I play, whether it be for fun or for competitiveness. I like to have him in my army in case I want to. It's one of those things. Now let's look at the guy in the forefront, the regular Korn Lord, painted by our very own vault painter Chris Bello. He made a tutorial on how to paint this model, and he used this particular model to do so. And he painted it up to a good standard, higher than tabletop. And this guy is a good guy to bring if you want to have your Korn Berserkers as troop choices. That's right. In fact, this can happen. This can be unlocked with these HQs. Your Korn Berserkers can be troop choices when you bring these guys. And that's why I have them, because they're cheap. Korn Lord is cheap, and you get to bring your Berserkers out if you wish to have fun. Berserkers aren't competitive, but they're fun. Nergal Lord. Both of these were painted by Austin from Brush for Hire. What happened here is he painted one up, and this is part of the Chaos Masterclass series DVD, and he painted one up, the one that's on the smaller base, and something happened to the footage. It got corrupted, or it got lost. I don't remember what happened to it, but what he had to do is actually do another model. He had to reshoot, refilm everything. So in turn, I was able to get both of these models. And so what I say to that is, make as many corrupted video file errors as you want, because it means that more goodness is sent my way. I say this tongue-in-cheek, but it worked out really well. So I like fielding these guys because not only are they beautifully painted, they're Nergal. I'm partial to Nergal. Just happened to be, and I know it's ironic because of the OCD. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did, and I'm loving my life right now. On to the next HQs. This is where I need some people to stake their claims, because I don't remember two of these. Fabius Bile on the bottom, he doesn't have his contraption attached, his needler, whatever it is, backpack on his back, because those parts were missing. He was a metal model, pewter model, and so he's not even finished painted. He's just there, part of my army, and I think I may have fielded him once ever, but I like that he's part of my army, and he was part of that tackle box in that yard sale. On the very left is my first Terminators Lord that I received in that Chaos Space Marine Global starter set, and I painted him up, and then he was finished by the cultists here, and he's missing his demon weapon, as you can see, but he's still part of the army, and he likes to show off the fact that he kills Tyranids and Ultramarines. He's like one of those show-off guys. Now the guy in the middle, he was sent to me, And the reason why I love this guy is because there's a dead Tau on his base. You notice that? See the Fire Warrior? Oh, yeah. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but Fire Warriors have red blood. That's why that red is coming out of his helmet. So they might have blue skin, but they have red blood. Just so you know. I don't know who painted this. I don't remember. I apologize. It was sent to me by a viewer who was very good, and they were given many thanks of chaos. And they will continue to get thanks of chaos. Anybody know? No? If you're on the show right now, can you tell me if you painted this? Okay. Alright. Okay. Oloaka. Tau actually have cyan, cyan blood. I never know how to say that word. But you know what? In this particular model here, okay, this particular Tau Fire Warrior had red blood. You can't dispute that unless you're colorblind. That's what I'm seeing. So, and that's how it works in Shrine of Chaos, man. Tau have red blood because it converts over so fast, and they become squishy because they are weakened by the chaotic forces. Onto the last model on the very right. That is a sorcerer, Terminator Lord sorcerer, also sent in by a viewer. And I apologize once again. I can't remember who did it. Can't remember who sent it in. But it was somebody awesome, and I thank you very much for that. We're going to go up a little bit here, and we're going to go and take a look at these guys. These are Zinch Lords. On the very left is Blue Table Painting. They painted that up for me. That came with the other shipment of models that they painted up. And it's a good, straightforward Zinch Lord. And on the right is Austin, Brush for Hire. He painted that up. Also part of the Chaos Masterclass Series DVD. And as you can see, the object source lighting on that is phenomenal. And I love it. I love fielding this guy. I'm actually scared every time I field him because I'm afraid he's going to get broken. And I don't like it when oils on fingers are placed on model because it corrodes them. It really does. I'm one of those players that says... I had probably an opposite response to when people ask me if they can hold my models. You know what I tell them? I say, "Get your hands off!" Well, that's what I say in my mind anyway. The polite gene inside me says, "Oh yeah, no problem." But inside, I'm dying. I just like, I have anxiety attack every time one of these guys is lifted up because I just don't want it to be broken. Because I have nightmares of that Demon Prince falling on the floor from that 3 feet of table and shattering into 5 pieces, and it taking me green stuffing, pinning, magnetizing, and still not working. That's what happened there. The reason why we have nightmares is because things happen that traumatize us. It's a fact. Warpsmith. This is Jaded Painting. Jay painted this up for me. For those of you who don't know who Jay is, that's Jay Knight, Bat Rep. His last name isn't Knight. He just collects Grey Knights, and that's why he's Jay Knight. He painted up this Warpsmith for me. Warpsmith I fielded a few times. They are one of those non-competitive fun models. So you might be thinking, what the heck are competitive models in Chaos Space Marine HQ? Well, the most competitive I have found are the Demon Princes. Now, this is completely my experience with this. This isn't by any means the be-all, end-all experience of the Chaos Space Marine Army list. It is just my experience with it. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. You love this model, the Iron Warrior? I love this model too. And Deafy really loves this model because he likes the regaining of hull points that are lost. That's kind of a nice ability. I also like the ability that he has to make other weapons, weapon virus, which is actually an attack on an enemy, which makes their weapons get hot. That's pretty sweet. I like that. That's one of those things that you throw in the game that people aren't expecting, and that's when they say, "What?" And that's when you laugh at the expression on their face because they just don't know what hit them, and it's really fun. View count. Let's have a view count. How many people we got watching this right now? Last one is Demon Princes. These are the 6 Demon Princes that I possess. The 2 on the left, 187. Okay, thank you very much, guys. The 2 on the left are Korn. Now, on the very left, that was inherited by Justin. He's in the shipping department. I inherited his Korn Berserkers and a bunch of other tanks, which I forgot to include in my army list. So I actually have more than 15,000 points. And his original idea with that, you can see the tattered wings. He wanted to convert this guy into Scarbrand, I think it was. Yeah, that's his paint job, and it's a very good paint job because he just happens to be colorblind. So just so you know, yeah, that's the result of that. Now next to him is Epic Duck Mike. He painted up that Korn Demon Prince with wings of awesomeness, and he actually made that Korn shoulder pad. You can see it right there. He custom made out of green stuff that shoulder pad. And for those of you who have seen the very first episode of Life of a Wargamer when it first started, you would know that. By the way, that DVD series is out because of the multiple requests that I've received to make that into a DVD, an actual physical DVD. So if you guys want to pick that up, if you're a fan of the series, it's going on right now. It's you pay for the shipping. You don't pay for the DVD. Also free digital download, just in case you're wondering. Now the next model next to the Korn Demon Princes is Demon Prince of Slaanesh. That is converted. This is a blue table painting model. I never field this guy. And the reason why is because of, well, it's actually for modesty, because I don't want my kids seeing that, I am playing with models like these. I have it in my army. I didn't actually ask for this one. It just happened to be sent to me. I just asked for a Demon Prince of Slaanesh, and they converted it up because they are fantastic at conversion, I must say. And so, for those of you who know the model, well, you can't know the model. This is unique. There's no other model that exists that is this model. But there's parts of this model that I don't prefer. So that's why he's never let out of the cage. Next one is Nergal. This is one that I converted up myself. I painted and converted this model. This is one of mine that, and I bet you're thinking like, wow, Dave, finally a model that you painted yourself. This happens to be the Demon Prince that was dropped into 5 pieces. So this is my baby right there. You've seen him a lot in the battle reports. I use this guy a lot. Okay, his sword, it's able to pivot back and forth because it's magnetized. Purely for the sole purpose of just simply staying on his hand, because the pinning and the green stuff did not work. The magnetization is halfway there. It's not permanent, but it's there. I like this guy. He's good. Really good. Next to him is another Demon Prince of Tzeentch. This is a conversion from Blue Table Painting, heavily inspired by the Tomb King's models, as you can see. And this guy, as well as the last guy on the right, are Demon Princes of Tzeentch, and these are my favorite that I like to field in my battles. These guys get to re-roll their failed saves of 1s. So that's a big deal. Pretty much you need to roll a 2 in order to get wounded. And there's Tzeentch, because Tzeentch is powerful. So, in the Black Mace, all these guys, I equipped everything with Black Maces. Sometimes on the Korn guys, I equip them with the... Come on, brain. Extrapolate that weapon that you know so well and you can't remember the name of. Credibility is losing. What is the Korn weapon? The demon weapon of Korn. Murder sword? Come on, that's not it. Axe of Blind Fury, that's what it is. Thank you very much. I sometimes feel these guys with the Axe of Blind Fury. That's why, because I think I was calling it a sword. It's not a sword, it's an axe. Big difference. Try cutting wood with a sword. You just look stupid. So that's the HQ. What I'm going to do is scroll back here onto the first one, and then now we're going to go on to troops. These are the troops that I possess in the army. Starting with Korn Berserkers. I have 74 Korn Berserkers. The ones that you see that are a little bit dark red in the front, they're ones that I painted up myself and based myself. The 4 on the left that are blackish, I like using them as Skull Champions, just to segregate them. There's 4 in the front, closer to the right-hand side, that are painted slightly different. They were given to me by a follower of Chaos who made a Chaos chocolate cake and has Canadian Imperial Guard. I don't remember your name. All I remember is that the cake was good and that they came with these Korn Berserkers on top. And I thank you for that. Guys in the back, the bright red ones, those were inherited by Justin, in addition to that Demon Prince that you saw earlier. And these are the Korn Berserkers. The Korn Berserkers that I have are equipped with plasma pistols. and the regular bolt pistols. And the reason why, and you might find some with power fists, but the reason why it's done that way is because they were assembled a long time ago. And I looked off of the box because I thought to myself, what should I equip them with? I don't know what's good. What's on the box? Plasma pistols. I will use that because I'm sure that they know what the best thing is to equip them with. That's not true, by the way. So yeah, these are the Korn Berserkers. They were a lot better in 5th edition, I must say. I mean, they're still fun to use, but they're not nearly as good. Not nearly. Plague Marines are better than these guys in close combat. And I say that because they are harder to kill, and they have feel no pain, and they have their defensive grenades. And so it would actually be interesting seeing Korn Berserkers fight Plague Marines. That would be interesting. It'd be... I want to know who'd win. In fact, someone should just do it. Just do it! And then send me the results, because I want to know. Here's a close-up of them. Closer up of them. I kind of keep it far away because the paint job isn't the best. Not at all. I would say that they are tabletop-ish. I say that because, 3 colors up, right? That's what you need, but whatever. And I know I'm very harsh on my own army. I can see, yes, the comments are starting, that's what I want. I want it to be, that's why I get other people to paint my army. If I really focused on painting my army, I might get better. No, I should get better, right? All humans who focus on something eventually get better. So if I were to focus on my army, I would become a better painter. But there's way too much stuff else to do that is fun. And I still do paint miniatures because I still like it, right? I just don't do it full time like some other people. Chaos Space Marines. I have in possession 75. You don't see all 75 here. There's about 5 that are missing, including Captain Slaughter. So that's not Captain Slaughter in the front, by the way. But that is Crucian to the left of him. And Chaos Space Marines they're fun to bring. And the good thing about these guys is that it's the exact same model for Chosen. So on the very left, you see one there with a melt-a-gun. That's the best thing to do, is to bring your Chosen with these guys. They're fun. They're fun to bring. They're better than they were before. You can put any mark of chaos on them, and you can just have fun. Bring them in tanks, because tanks are cheap. Bring them in your rhinos, and drive them up, and then blast away. And they're okay. They're okay troops choices, just bare bones troops choices. And with Chosen, Meltas for sure. Get your combi Meltas in there, and get your Meltas, and just melt some metal. That's what you want to see. Moving on to cultists. I have in my army 220 cultists. It was quite an ordeal getting these guys here. Now the dark ones in the back, they're blue table painting. Each one is converted, by the way. Each individual cultist is converted. So you're going to see cultists in there that you've never seen before. These ones here, these were painted up by myself, my kid sis Mel. And that was done in that live show that I did, that all-day live show, of where I painted up 100 cultists. And I wanted to make them a little bit lighter because I wanted to differentiate them from the other guys. One guys are on the right side of the tracks, the other guys are on the other side of the tracks. The question is, what's the wrong side of the tracks? What color? You tell me. You be the judge. I want to know your thoughts. You love them? Bear in space, you get a gold star and chicken wings. One guy fell over. Oh, okay. Pointing out the faults of people. That takes away the gold star, makes it a silver star. Now you're just judging people, man. That's how he walks. Okay? He was born without the ability to use his legs. Why you gotta do that to people? I'm just kidding. That's totally fine. You're a good person, I think. Actually, you might be a bear. If you're a bear, then you're definitely a good person. Because I don't want you rumming through my house and tearing up walls. And rumming is a word, by the way. I did not make that up. Plague Marines. These are the Plague Marines that I have. I have 48 Plague Marines in my army. The ones on the right, they were originally painted by me, and then they were repainted by my kid sis Mel, which she's starting her painting service soon. So, and I think she's going to call it Mel Painted, because then when people have models from her, they say, these are Mel Painted. So, I think it's... anyway, the one on the left, the few on the left there, those were Chris. Chris just gave those to me because I don't actually know why. I really don't know. I don't know the motive behind that. He's got this long ponytail that is samurai-ish. That has nothing to do with the fact that he gave me these Plague Marine models. But I'm very grateful for that because they're nice. They're nicely painted. By the way, I don't have one authentic Plague Marine model. All these guys are conversions or proxies even. Like these guys are just regular Chaos Space Marines with painted in Plague Marine colors. And the reason why I did that is because back then Plague Marines were pewter, and I just didn't want to assemble the pewter models. That's the real reason. That is it. Do I have any Chaos Bikers? Yes, I do, and you will paint them. No, you won't paint them. You will see them soon. I didn't mean to say that. Sometimes I say crap, and crap happens. But that's okay. 1,000 Suns. Ooh, bright blue in your eyes. Did that make your eyes, like, blink? Or what? That happened to me. Yeah. So all these guys were painted up by the cultists in my office. And I have 36 of them. They are fun to bring, especially against Space Marines. I never had them before. It was just this year that I got them assembled and painted up. And they are not bad. I like them. I like 1,000 Suns. Are they competitive? They're semi-competitive, sure, depending on what you're bringing them against. Really is. They are, you got to know your opponent before you bring them type of model. You know, bring them to anything, like an all-comers. It's, obviously, you're just rolling dice there. You're like, okay, well, they do good in the battle or not? I don't know. But they're really hard to kill because they got a 4-up invulnerable save. So they're, like, hard to kill, let me tell you, okay? Probably even harder to kill in some cases than Plague Marines, just because of that 4-up invul save. It is sweet. It is sweetness. I really should play these guys more, kind of, you know. Okay, Sketh 1, thank you very much for saying that they look awesome. Finally, you show us your 1,000 Sun product. Now we get a Chaos Space Marine 1,000 Sun battle report. Grants. Yeah, I've done a few battle reports with these guys already. So you might have to look through the archives to see those guys, but it's still in existence and it's still out there. And I will do future ones with these guys because that's the idea. The idea is to have every single model that exists that's in multiples of. Like I want Noise Marines. I do want Noise Marines still. So that's coming in the future. On to Fast Attack. Helldrakes. We do this first because they're awesome. One in the middle is Mel Painted. She converted that up for me, and she painted it up, and I like it. I like it a lot. The one on the very left and the one on the very right, those are Blue Table painting. They converted them up to make them look like wasps and bugs and pretty grossness, and it's awesome. I love it. I love all the conversions. I don't have one legitimate Helldrake model. They're all converted because I don't like the actual model. When I first saw it, I was disappointed. I wanted it to be half organic, half mechanical. Maybe even all organic. But right now it's like 100% mechanical, and so I had to add that organism to it. Wow, that's organic is the word that I wanted to say. Yeah, so these guys are awesome to bring. They're very competitive. If you bring these guys in your games, you will win a lot, and you will make your opponent cry. That's just a fact of life. That's just what happens now. In fact, sometimes it's really unfair. If you just bring these guys and they don't know what you're bringing, and they don't bring any flyers that can, or any ability that can kill flyers, then your opponent's just hating their life. And it's, unless you're one of those people that just likes to inflict pain on others, then you're going to have trouble with that. I mean, some people like that to a degree, right? You bring these guys in battle and you like to beat your opponent. That's acceptable. But when you just like have pure enjoyment when you see slaughter happening, and that's when we enter the realm of true chaoticness. And wow, yeah, I'm telling you, you know, to see the faces on those people when that happens, You gotta get a snapshot of that and post on Facebook and see all the thumbs go up, because other people like to see bad people. For some reason, the bad guy just gets all the attention. It's like in school, the rowdy kid, for some reason, he's the popular one. You know it's true. Now we're going to go on to the next one. These are the bikers that you were worrying about. If the picture's a little fuzzy, I do apologize. This was 1 of 10 pictures. I don't know why this particular picture happened to be fuzzy, but... And you'll also notice that they don't have any guns in the front. And the reason why is because I wanted to convert Melta guns on them, because I bring these guys in sets of 3, with 3 Meltas on each, with a Kami Melta on the biker champion. And I do that because they are the best choice, in my opinion. There's some yellow paint on that one tire there. Just ignore that, okay? Alright, let's not point out any flaws. Oh, by the way, these were painted by... Were these painted by me? That's funny, I can't even remember. That's bad. No, they were painted by me. I remember that now. They may have been assembled by other people and base coated by other people, but they were painted by me. Now, you're looking at the paint job, you're like, oh, big deal, Dave. Dry brush 1 color and maybe a wash. But you know what? That's a lot, man. Let me tell you. And it was like the silver on the spikes too. Okay, so that's like 3 things happening there. So you better believe that's nope, I got nothing. That's hardly painted, and they're not really finished. But I like bringing them, and just because they're fun. I've never brought them before. 5th edition, I didn't bring them, but now I bring them because they run up the board and they kill stuff. They're one-trick pony units, but because they're multiple, and they're toughness 6, by the way, they always have to have the mark of Nergal. Because your toughness 6, going up the board, you're hard to kill. Let me tell you, man. And, well, instant death doesn't matter. They only have 1 wound each, but they're hard to kill. And when they turbo boost, they get their invulnerable saves, and it's awesome. These guys are nice. Yeah, can you give bikers marks? Absolutely, you can. And it makes them more expensive, but hey, it's worth it. You got to give them Nergal. Nergal bikers. I wouldn't give them anything else. It's not worth it. You need that toughness 6. Cover save, that's right. Yeah, they get a cover save, not invulnerable saves. You're absolutely correct, Punisher 1. I am wrong. I admit it. That's what I like to do. That's what I was told to do when I'm wrong. That's how you create friends. Let's go on to the next one. That's a fallen over raptor. Here is the picture of the raptors. I have 30 of them. The ones that have special weapons have meltas. When they deep strike, they're going to be melta-ing something. And that, yes, was used as a verb, because when you melta something, that you cause some damage, right? And action is happening. Verbs are action words. Melta is an action word. Melta-ing something is an action happening in action. A lot of action there. And check this out. Nope. Go back. Hold on. See that at the bottom of the base? That is a coin. That's a nickel. That fits there perfectly. And look at the models in the back. They not only have nickels inserted in the bottom of the bases, they have nickels inserted on the top. Why do I do that? Because these models are top heavy. And if you don't do this, you will hate your life, because they will fall over like crazy. I just wanted to show you this because it's worked out so well for me. Absolutely well. And if you go to the extent of making a gaming table that is made out of metal, then they will... No, they would have to be magnetized. Forget what the train of thought that I was trying to convey, because it was incorrect. But these guys are fun to bring. And I like bringing them. Very much so. And they're just regular Black Legion color scheme, and you know, these were completely painted by the Cultists. I didn't paint any of these guys. And they're tabletop, man. You know, that's it. That's the way to do it. Warp Talons, let's go. 10 Korn Warp Talons, 10 Tzeentch Warp Talons. My original thought was to have 10 Nergal Warp Talons and 10 Slaanesh Warp Talons in addition to these. Just to have 10 from each Chaos God. I think that would look cool on the table. Wouldn't be legal in a game unless you go 2,000 points or more, but it would be nice. You know, it'd be nice to see that color, because people like color, and Warp Talons are devastating, especially if you give them veterans of the Long War. Man, are they ever devastating. And you're fighting Space Marines, of course. But either way, they got their reroll and their lightning claws for their wound rolls, because they got a pair of lightning claws each, and they're awesome. Now the ones on the left, they were painted by Cultists. The ones on the right, they were painted by Cultists. So that's how it works in this chaotic universe. Spawn. Got 10 spawn here. I painted the one with the black base. And the one with the other black base in the back, the purple one. So the flesh color one in the front looks like a zombie. That's me. Purple on the back. That looks like Skeletor from He-Man. That's me as well. The other 8 were painted by Justin. They were inherited with the Korn Berserkers. Spawn are fun because they're that type of unit that you just throw up there and you distract stuff. Yeah. And it's one of those cases where you can't ignore them because they're tough, man. Like their toughness, well, their strength 6, and their toughness 6. I think that's right. I bring them occasionally, so if that's wrong, it's either 5 or 6. I think it's 6 though. Puncture 1, you can tell me. If you don't tell me, then people are going to blame you because you're the one that's right about this stuff, you know. If you're not right, then no one else is because you're a herald of Nergal. Alright, now we're going to the next one. I got distracted by what I was seeing in the chat, so that's why there is that lapse of no talking for 3 seconds, which sounds like a long time when there's constant talking. Elite choices. Chosen. These guys are nice looking models. Oh, by the way, the ones that you're looking at right now are converted by Blue Table Painting. The ones in the back are the ones from the Dark Vengeance box. The one in the middle in the back was painted by Chris. He used that guy as a tutorial when Dark Vengeance first came out. But the guys in the front are converted by Blue Table Painting. That's why you'll see Korn Berserker helmets on them and you know, the other things. But I never field these guys, I'll be absolutely honest. I don't bring them because they're expensive, and there's just other models that are fun. They're more funner to bring. It's the absolute truth. You know, I have them in my army, they're painted up, I could bring them anytime, but I just don't. You know, it's one of those cases where you got to pick and choose, man. I don't choose these guys. It's ironic because they're chosen. Ha ha ha. Next one. Hell Brutes. This model in the front here. I received this last week. Package from the Warp. On my desk. Open it up. This beautiful Hell Brute was painted up. Thank you very much. Are you watching the show? The individual who sent this to me. Are you watching the show right now? Are you looking at this goodness? The one in the back, the red one, was painted by Chris. He made a tutorial on that when Dark Vengeance came out. Put a lot of detail into it. But I wanted to show off this one in the front because it's a new one. And back of the box here. You know, I can't remember. See, that's the thing. Because if I'm given a name once, I won't remember it. I'm just going to... And I know we've emailed back and forth a few times too. And I will field him in a game. I'm going to actually field both these guys in the same game. Just because it's pure fun. That's it. Hell Brutes, they're not competitive. They're fun. You know, they got their meltas. And they're scary because... They don't look like a typical dreadnought, even though they pretty much are. They got a special table that they roll on when stuff happens. I know that doesn't really describe at all their abilities, but it doesn't matter anyway, because for the non-chaos players, it's going to go in one out ear and out the other. I didn't say that saying right, but because you already knew the saying, you already knew what I was going to talk about, which wouldn't be the case if you didn't know their stats, because then they're just fun to bring. Let me just put it that way. They're not competitive. They're fun. But that's why we play most of the time, isn't it? That's why I play every time. Market Dave is proxy. Let me tell you that. Mutilators. I've brought these guys into games various times. See the one on the very right? He happens to be picking his nose. Let's just bring attention to that because that's just funny. I mean, I didn't even notice that before, but he thought he can, like, you know, really get by. But no, you can't hide that, man. And the guys in the back... 2 guys on the left, they're covering their faces because they're camera shy. You see the way they're covering their faces. And the one in the very back on the right, he is actually an illegitimate mutilator because he was converted by Joe. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but yeah, he's kind of a little bit shorter than the other ones. It's completely coincidence that happened. But the ones in the front, they were painted by Mel. Mel painted those mutilators, and that's the quality paint job you're going to get when you get Mel painted. Let me just tell you, okay, it's pretty sweetness. She really surprised me when she picked up these models and she painted them up in a timely manner. I'm not just saying this because she's my kid sis. I'm saying it because what you're looking at is the fruits of the chaotic labor. I never bring these guys. I did before because they were new, but I don't anymore because they're not competitive and they're not fun. Well, you know what? Every time I bring them, I think they're going to be fun, but they just never end up doing anything. they end up dying every time. Because you bring them onto the board, you walk them up, and they get shot at and they die. You deep strike them, they get shot at before they do anything, and they die. It's one of those. Yeah, they're slow, man. They're really slow, and they sound good. They sound like they would be good in battle. Oh, they come with every close combat weapon created. You know, you can do anything. You can switch them up. You can fight anything. Troops, hordes, tanks, doesn't matter. But it does matter because they never get to do anything. So, yeah. I miss Joe too. Why'd you have to say that? Why did you ask where Joe is? Joe is inside that mutilator in the back, okay? In case you wanted to know, he wanted to hide. Now we're going to go to heavy support. These are the armored vehicles that I have. The Land Raiders in the back, 2 of them are new. The 2 on the left are the new ones, by the way. The one in the middle is from Owen. He made that, painted it up, converted it up when he was collecting chaos back when, I don't know when, probably before Tau existed, because that doesn't even feel right to say Owen collects chaos. But that was his tank, and we made a trade, and so it was a nice looking tank. I wanted it. The one on the left and the Land Raider on the right, those were painted up by Occultus. The one on the very right was my first Land Raider. It was basically, not painted. It was black, base coated, and then rust painted. I like to field them with their last cannons and their heavy bolters, and that's it. That's what I do. I haven't actually fielded a game with 3 Land Raiders because these are new, like I said. And so I want to, because it'd be fun to field a mechanized Chaos Space Marine list. Cheese? You think this is cheese? Dave traded in his Tau for tanks. Barren Space, are you insinuating that I once had Tau? Because that is blasphemy. Mystics, we need to bring the Sword of Justice down on Barren Space. Something's got to happen to this bear, man. Okay, we're going to make him hibernate early. That's what I think. Let's look at the 6 tanks in the middle. Those are just regular rhinos, and transports. That's what you got. And the 2 in the front. The one on the very left is a rhino, and as you can see, there's a really dead, mutilated marine in the front there. Okay, that's what happens when you don't obey traffic laws and you just kind of run out in front of the tank. Those spikes get you, and that's just what happens. All right, and the one on the right is the Vindicator. Really strong, really good. Haven't brought it yet because this is newish to me. I've had those 6 tanks in the middle forever, and the 1 Land Raider, but those other tanks, they're new. And I want to bring a mechanized list. I think that'd be good. There's a close-up of them. Yeah, you like that mutilation? You guys are sick. How can you like that stuff? Yeah, I'm sick too. I like it. I know. It's one of those things that you tell people who are sick because they hear you. That's why friends are friends, because they got things in common. Let's look at these guys. These are my fiends. The one in the middle, that's Schnauzaface. He painted this guy up. There's a video on YouTube about him painting this guy up, and he sent this to me. He traded it for, it's not a Defiler, a Soul Grinder. That's what it was, yes. So we got a trade. I feel like I got the better deal here, Snouter. I got the better deal. Okay, I'm so mesmerized by that, I'm not even talking straight. That's a really beautifully painted model. One of the best painted models in my army, I must say. Okay, up there with the Worthy painted, Brush for Hire, and Mel painted, and Blue Table painted. I have to say everyone. I don't want someone to feel bad. Now the one on the left and the one on the right, they were Mel painted, and so they're good. They're tabletop or higher. That's what you got. And the one on the let me see here, the very right? Yeah, the very right, that's magnetized. So all the different parts you can see. Do I enjoy cake? Yes, I do. Just don't tell anybody. These are obliterators. Some more heavy supports. And you know what? These guys, they're fun. They're fun to bring. Okay? And there's advantages to bringing these guys over bringing vehicles. So it really is your choice. Now you might be thinking, why is there an indent in the base in the front guy? It's because, let me just tell you, okay? I got impatient when I was painting them. I painted those guys, by the way, 100%. So that's my paint job. And I got impatient with the wash that was drying, so I put it in front of a halogen. And let me just tell you, doing that, it does work. to speed up the wash-dry process, and it also speeds up the melting process. So they got melted. Oh man, like as if they weren't ugly enough. Come on. But they're good to bring, and yeah, you can bring 1 or 3. You know, you can bring a lot of them. I only have 3. I should really have more. I want more. If I had 6 more, I would feel the game with 9, because I think that'd be incredible. Now the very last one, the creme de la creme. This is my Defiler. Where's the real Defi? The first one to tell me is going to be visited by a really lovely chaotic messenger in the nighttime, and you will be given a sword of force, and you can feel that when you go to school the next day. Okay, where's the real Defi? Tell me. Is Mel going to do some commission work? Yes, she will. When? Soon. Left. Who's the first one that said left? Let me see. Back left. Politbro? I think that was it. Everyone knows. Wow. See, he's that recognizable that everyone knows. Okay, next game. Who painted / converted the one in the middle? First one to tell me that is going to get a red star. Why is it red? I'll tell you after you tell me. Austin. Okay, Beastly Biscuit. You're absolutely correct. That was Austin. Brush for Hire. He is my... He's like my centerpiece right now. I really love this converted Defiler. You know, this is like the cousin that you have a crush on, because no, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like that's no, scrap that. Okay, the one on the very right, guess that. Who painted that? Tell me right now. Like Defi's red tubes, yes. Tony the Tiger? What are you talking about? There's nothing to do with anything. Yeah, I'm talking a lot right now, and that just, yeah, that's fine. Okay, Mel did not paint him, did she? No, she did. Yeah, she did paint him. Okay, and that is my list. That's my 15,000 points. That's it. Yeah. I'm looking at the comments right now, and I see Chuck Norris, and then I see Good Painter underneath that. I'm assuming you're talking about Mel, though, because we were talking about Mel before that. Context, people. Chuck Norris. Man, you guys are funny. I'm talking about you guys referring to one person saying that, too, because Chuckosaurus, is that what it's become now? Don't end here. Okay, I'm not going to end here, because we got a Chaos Comment Bomb. Don't you know? That's what we got to do now. Yeah, I was sitting really close there. 4. Right now, let's have a view count, just out of curiosity. Okay, we're going to have a view count, and I'm going to find this first unsuspecting YouTuber that we're going to Chaos Comment Bomb. For those of you who are this the first time doing a Chaos Comment Bomb, this is how it works. I'm going to give you a link in the video chat. We're going to click on this link and leave a comment on this YouTube video. This YouTube video is of a YouTuber that makes wargaming related videos, and typically the comments that are left are something like the Eye of Terror sees you, the Shrine of Chaos welcomes you, you are a good person who likes people, Dave says hi and loves you. I don't know, whatever you want to put is something like that. Okay, 248, that's the view count. 252, 248, around there. Okay, so 250-ish. That's awesome, because for those of you who are thinking, I don't want to participate, you got to. Otherwise, those cultists are going to visit you in your sleep. They're going to pull the covers off. It's going to be chilly, even though it's summertime. I'm telling you, you got to participate, because this is going to be one of the best Chaos Comet Bombs ever. And I got 2 prepared here. The Eye of Terror sent them my way, and there is actually somebody who is the Eye of Terror, by the way. And don't try to guess. I'm not going to tell you right now. But also, yeah. Let's just do this, okay? I'm going to do this quickly, so follow along with me. Nobody type. Mystics, you might want to slow-mo the chat right now. Okay? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to do that. Then I'm going to post a link in the video chat to the first person we're going to Chaos Comment Bomb. Ready? 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 Now. That's the first one. I'm going to click on the video. I'm going to look at the comments, because right now there's 4 comments, and we're going to get more. I'm going to look at the automatic updating of the comments. And I'm going to see, I have to really do it, because the 40K Orcs, that is the channel. And this is the video. We're looking at their battle report, looking at their vlog number 27, because this person needs to get noticed, because they make good videos. I like it. Thank you very much, Eye of Terror, for sending this my way so that we can give them some chaos goodness. How come these comments aren't updating? YouTube, why don't you work for me? Just for a second. Not seeing it. No. Okay, so there must be a glitch in the warp. Okay, I think there might I bet some of you are leaving comments and you're like, Dave, I'm leaving a comment. Relax. How come I'm gonna just refresh it. Okay, I'm gonna refresh it and nope, that didn't work. I don't know why that didn't work. It's supposed to work. Did that not work? I'm gonna go back to the chat. Maybe there's something wrong. Oh, comments need approval.
What are we doing here with all this bull?
Okay, well, that was a bomb. That needs to be improved. You know what? I gotta check that first. And the Eye of Terror, I think you're watching this. I know you're laughing right now. I'm laughing too. It's nobody's fault. Okay, that's a funny thing. So we're gonna go on to number 2 here. This won't be failed because this one for sure accepts comments, right? That's the proper assumption here. Okay, so here's the second one. All right, click on that link now. And for those of you who are watching the recording and thinking, include a link in the video description to the person that you are chaos comment bombing, I will, so that you can also participate in the chaos comment bombing, just so you can add some of your goodness to this YouTuber who is Tabletop Minions. His videos are really polished. I like the quality. You must use one of those cameras that makes it look like you're being shot with George Lucas's webcam type of camera, because it's really good quality. So let me see if this is good here. Okay, I gotta see if these comments are good. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I see the comments now. All 63. Okay, I'm gonna look at that. Automatic updating comments. I like it. These are good comments, people. I'm looking at the comments, and you know what? Tabletop Minions, are you watching the show? If you're watching the show, then just know that the Eye of Terror loves you today. Really, it does. Please send a link again. Okay, I'll send a link again. There it is, right there. You want to see it? Yeah, that's right. The Eye of Dave sees you. That's a funny comment. Look at that. Here's the Eye of Dave right now, happening right in your face. I had to. Invasive. I know it is. Personal space, that's just how I feel about it sometimes. Oh, I didn't mean to knock you over, Mike. I am very sorry. You are a good person who likes people. I won't ever do that again, and I'm not lying to you in your face. I'm not talking to a mic right now. I'm looking at a person named Mike behind you. Don't think I'm crazy. It's ridiculousness. Look at the comments right now. Oh, see, it has. How many comments? 67? I think it's more than 67. I think it's 101. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. That's a good amount of percentage to viewer ratio comment leaving. So I'm happy with that. I think I'm happy. So now we're going to leave it up to you guys who you would like me to Chaos Comment Bomb next. Because this is the way I see it. I am at the helm of this massive bomb. And you guys are the ammunition. Okay? Each one of your comments is a bullet. And this is like a massive minigun. So when I bring this over, this is someone's going to get all that goodness. Okay? That's what I'm picturing in my mind right now. So this is what needs to happen. So that's it. Okay? Now we're going to go back to the shrine. And I need to see your suggestions on who we can Chaos Comment Bomb next. Refresh this video first to see the amount. Okay, 115 comments. All right. Now we're going to go back to the Shrine of Chaos. Everyone back there with me, please. And let's see who else. Beastsofwar, Catfish, Bombing, Jojo Man, Total Biscuit. Let me see who else. Chris or Owen, Jada Payne, IDDB. Okay, so, you know what? Yes, that's a good idea. You don't know who I'm referring to right now because I haven't shared it with you, but I am going to do it for these guys because I've never actually done it for these guys before. I think someone's suggested the idea to me, but it's never happened. Let me see. What's a good video to do this for? Let's see. I'm looking at some stuff here. What would be an appropriate video I'm looking through their stuff. There's a lot of eye candy here. For those of you who are thinking I'm weird, just get your mind out of the weirdness circle and accept people. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it.
Hey guys.
Okay, from that hey guys, you guys probably recognize who that was. And so, here it is. Okay, here it is right now. Beastsofwar, Chaos Comet Bomb coming your way, Warren. Just take a look at this, okay? You're gonna love your life on this one. Let me just say, because Warren, I see you. I see you right now. I'm looking at you. And you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing that smile on your face. It's a good smile. It's one of those smiles that makes puppies bark. I don't know. I really need to just go for a jog or something. I feel a lot of energy right now, probably because of all the chaos talk. I mean, there's a lot of chaos goodness in this show, like probably more than ever in any other show that I've ever done. That's why I'm so happy. Really is. Absolutely. Okay, so there it is. That's the other Chaos Comet Bomb. And let me see here. So that video and then this video. Okay, I will post those in the other video that's been posted. Now is time for some gifts of chaos to be given out. So let me just do this. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to get the chat here. Viewer list. Okay, that's the kind of viewer list. Oh, got it. I love it. Okay, now we go to random.org. Let's see, list and more. There we go. Let's see, we'll go to the top here. Okay, let's take you two out. Sorry, Mist. I'm not going to include you in the list, okay, because you're already given the Fourth Sword of Justice, and that is, like, better than anything you could ever imagine. There is 115 registered people right now watching the show. So you 115 people, you're going to get a chance to win the Blood Crushers of Korn. Someone's going to get a chance to win this, okay? We're going to generate one number between 1 and 115. And I'm looking for one number. And I'm going to get the number. And the number is going to be 88. And 88 is Kern Banks. Kern Banks, if you're watching... If you're currently watching the show right now, congratulations. You have won this pretty box right here, which will be sent through the warp into your house. It's going to be spit at you. You better be ready for this. You got to have like a catcher's mitt and like catch it and have like a bunch of mattresses behind you. It's going to hit you that fast and hard, kind of like Superman. And throwing that train at him. It's going to be like that, man. Okay? Are you watching this? Let me see your comment. Let me see you still in there. I gotta know this. I gotta know that you're still watching. So, if slow mode is still on, Mist, if you could, take that off, just so everyone has a chance to respond. Everyone is in the winner. Forgot your name already. Man, 5-second memory. Come on. 88, where are you? Kern Banks. Let me see you leave a comment. Kern Banks. Leave, like, multiple comments, because I'm not seeing anything. I'm going to count. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, there you go. You'll see them at Apocalypticon. Okay, I see you, Kern Banks. Thank you very much for this. Mist, if you could, collect that guy's info, shipping address, name, all that. Email that to me, if you could. Mystics is our mod. He's awesome. He fields good models that kill things. And he also rolls crits and giggles. No, he rolls crits for giggles. That one word there changed the meaning. But there you go. So, Kern Banks, you should also be thanking Mystics for this, because if it wasn't for him, then your information would be lost, and I wouldn't be able to send this to you. So, there you go. That is this week's Shrine of Chaos. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on today's show. And you know what? Just per tradition, this is what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of this, just a couple minutes of this, okay? So let's go ahead, do some Q&A. We're going to hear it, and we're going to talk to some people just for a few minutes more. And yeah, that's what I want to see. Let's have a viewer count. What are we at right now? Anybody? Anybody know? See you in Valhalla? I will see you in Valhalla. Coming up the mountainside with me? Be awesome. 203. Welcome to the Shrine of Chaos. Do you collect Tau?
I do. I'm once again the first caller. I emerge victorious.
Fabian!
Yes.
Okay, you know what? Heavy support, man. This is what's going to happen. Okay, you're going to have some chicken wings tonight. There you go. There's a chicken wing reference. And when you eat every single one, you're going to be given another wound. So you're going to have more wounds than that one zone throw that has a special name that's in the Tyranid army. Like, it's going to be a lot. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I ended up rolling on the Chaos Boon chart, and I received the boon bloated. So now I have +1 wound.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
I wanted to suggest something before I get off here and let you talk to other Sons of Chaos. Been watching you field these bikes with the Nergal marks a lot.
Uh-huh.
You really need to try putting a Lord on a bike. I know it costs you your Terminator armor save, but when they have the Black Mace and they're able to move that fast and get Hammer of Wrath and people are afraid of them, it turns it into a Death Star unit. It's really good for baiting people.
Ooh. That's very tempting, you know? I think I might just cave to that temptation.
Yes, I know it didn't come from Punisher 1, the guru of all things tactical.
That's okay.
But,
it came from a heavy support master. It's good enough.
Field guy, I can tell you. They're effective. I've used them to great effect.
You know what? He's going to have the Mark of Dave on him because I don't have any actual models that are lords on bikes.
Problem, I mean, because most of the models that you see are Terminator armor, so I did a little conversion work on mine. I took an autocannon thingy from the side of a Chaos Terminator and strapped it to his bike so it would be visually distinct from the others.
Visually distinct. I like the way you talk, Davian. Like, it's awesome. Are you going to Valhalla?
I want to go to Valhalla so bad, Dave. I just bought a new car. I can't afford it. I'm going to have to go next year. You are going next year, of course, right? This is like a Woodstock thing. It's become a tradition or something.
That's my feeling, yeah. I'm thinking that there is going to be a tradition, especially the tradition of the war cry up the mountainside. Like, that just has to happen every year. But it's going to be epic.
Now, when Mel starts doing her Mel painting, is she going to do like Chris does and put vids of her work in progress up on the site?
Phew, better believe it.
That's awesome. I'm excited about Mel painting.
Yeah.
All right, last thing, just for me, because I love the model so much. Can you put the Mel Drake up again in the center of the screen so you can see it?
All right, just for you, Fabian, I will do that. I will do that because I get a funny feeling that you are Mel's #1 fan.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
There's the Mel Drake. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
And you know what? If you field Havocs or Chosen, whatever, they have to have Meltas on them.
I've heard that. I've done a little bit of Havocs with missile launchers behind the Aegis defense line running the quad gun to thin out the air forces. That works pretty well.
You know what's funny? The irony is I didn't actually mean to say Havocs. I meant to say Chosen. But that'd be interesting to try with Havocs as well. So I'm going to let you go, Fabian, because you're an awesome person that is able to spread the awesomeness on his own because of the heavy support goodness. So we need other people to feel some of that, man. Like, he's going to explode your house right now, and other people are going to get hit with the shrapnel. I can just feel it right now. There's going to be a little blast wave over there. In the
That's awesome.
Are you from the Midwest? Is that where you're from?
I'm not. I'm from Tennessee. I know I don't sound Southern, but
No.
I've lived here all my life.
You don't sound Southern. You kind of sound like you're from a distant planet, and you have like a heavy support voice. You got one of those universal voices that just fits anywhere you go.
That's awesome. I've dreamed for years about being the voice of a Disney villain, so perhaps someday that will occur. All right, Dave, I will see you next week on the Shrine of Chaos.
I will see you next week.
Dave for the win!
Okay. Next caller. I'm going to leave it up. We're going to have another discussion with somebody. Oh. I hung up on you. You must have collected Tau. I'm not going to apologize. You collect Tau, man. You're not going to enter Shrine. I'm telling you. Telling you. You're going to have to disguise yourself. You're going to have to come in a stealth suit. Welcome to the Shrine of Chaos. Do you collect Tau?
No, I do not.
then you may enter the Shrine of Chaos.
Hey, Dave.
How's it going?
Well, my son started collecting chaos, and we were wondering about Thousand Suns on bikes. They have the mark of Zinch.
They have the mark of Zinch? Yes.
They get the increased invulnerable save, so wouldn't that almost be better than the Plague Marines on bikes?
That is a very good question. And that... Hold on. They get an increased vulnerable save? I've never done this before, so off the top of my head, I don't have an opinion on it. It sounds cool. Punisher 1 probably knows, because he's the encyclopedia of death, so he'll probably have an opinion on it. But it sounds cool, and you know what? I'm starting to feel the biker thing. Okay, I'm starting to feel like the speed of the bikers. I might have to start...
After Fabian mentioned the Biker Lord?
Yeah, and then your bikers once again. There's going to probably be another caller that says something related to bikes, and then things happen in threes, and then there's something chaotic going to happen. That's what I think.
It's just the Thousand Suns are such a pretty model. It's kind of hard to not like those.
You're a pretty model. I just had to, man. I don't even know what you look like. I just had to say it. Your son is awesome, too. I heard his voice, I think, in the background.
Yeah,
and
I've got two of them here.
and yeah, and both your sons, man. Like I heard, they gave me chaotic shivers, man. They're going to be awesome sauce when they field their armies on the battlefield. That's right. What are their names?
This is Hammer T10.
Hammer T10. So Hammer T10, and then Hammer T Sun 1, Hammer T Sun 2? Is that how it works?
Yeah, they're not quite the same as Colonel Craig's minions, but...
Yeah. Okay, now that sounded like a kung fu move, man. They're starting to show off now. I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dave. That was all I really had.
Okay, brother. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
This is fun. Let's do one more. You guys want one more? Chocolate cake. Just make sure you're still awake. That's why you gotta throw the randomness in there. I'm gonna get a ring in less than 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,000. I'm wrong. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to end the... Oh, okay, all right. It's okay. You know, 5-second delay and all. Welcome to the Shrine of Chaos. Do you collect Tau?
I do not collect.
Then you may enter the shrine. What is your name, Son of Chaos?
Hey, Dave, it's Nathan.
It is... I heard a beep when you said your name. Who is it?
I'm sorry, it's Nathan.
It's Nathan. Hi, Nathan.
How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
Great.
What is your chaotic question or comment?
I am considering starting a Plague Marine army, and I'm debating on bringing demons. Is there any kind of fluff army that would work well with that combination?
You're asking me fluff comments, man, and like, in terms of like fluff, I never play according to fluff. I always play according to how I feel. Actually, I do it based on stats. So, couldn't tell you fluff.
Are there any statistical
significances of that?
Statistical?
Here's my Chaos Demons Codex, and I haven't had a chance to feel them yet. I'm gonna have to be honest and say that I can't tell you. I really can't. But
Right.
I know that it might be fun because that was my intention. So when I got this codex, is to field demons with the Chaos Space Marines. It just seemed like a logical progression. So it'd be a good discussion. But in fact, I even got I got some minions. I did.
How about this? Terminators or Mutilators? Or elite choice?
I would have to go with Terminators.
Can you explain why?
They're more versatile, and they'll actually kill stuff before they get killed. Because they will get killed, but well, they should get killed depending on what you're fighting against. But they'll actually kill stuff before they die. Mutilators are not good. Let me just,
Not good.
Yeah.
We'll run those like with like a typhus for a Plague Marine army.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good. You're talking about Plague Zombie Army?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome sauce to the max. You'd be able to bottle it up and sell it, man. You'd be a rich man.
Well, I love me some awesome sauce, so thank you.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. Do you know Austin from Brush for Hire? Because you sound like his brother.
I do not know.
Where are you from, man?
I watch his videos. I'm from the Midwest.
You are?
I am.
All right. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to show people that I'm psychic because it's not good to show off your abilities, man. You got to be humble about this stuff.
I saw you ask earlier, and so I wanted to just keep it.
Yeah.
Keep up the awesome sauce.
I kept in your arsenal of good and awesome.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Nice for talking to you. Okay, well, we'll talk to you later. You're always welcome in the Shrine of Chaos.
Thank you. Bye.
That was awesome. Okay, man. Yeah. I'm going to have to end there because too much of a good thing will kill you. It's not just good, but it will kill you. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for entering the Shrine of Chaos today. For all of those who are worthy to enter, you will go home and you will get that warm, fuzzy feeling. For those of you who were not allowed to enter because you collect Tau or for other reasons, you even thinking Tau thoughts, something bad's going to happen to you. I'm warning you, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, you're going to get the runs or something. Something bad's going to happen. So just beware next time you try to enter. So did you guys like the show today? Did you like the showcasing of the models? I liked it. I thought it was fun. You know what? If you're watching this recording, leave in the comments below some ideas for shows that I could do. Because in addition to the things that I've done to the past, I would like to do some new things. You know, I like playing games, maybe a battle report. The thing is, that takes a while, right? And I do the show at 3 p.m. and probably shouldn't last more than 2 hours. But when I play a game, it's always a banter bat rep. I can't help. Unless I'm playing with my mouth shut, it's going to take a while. So I'm probably not going to do bat reps on the live shows anymore unless it's a really special occasion, like I'm fighting Joe. In that case, it'll happen in an evening, and it'll be well announced in advance. But, yeah, more Joe. Yeah, okay, Louis5, you knew I was going to say that. Okay, you're also psychic. You can't show that off, man. You're going to be targeted by the government, and it's just not good. All right, unless you want to live longer, you can live as long as you want in the afterlife. But in this life, no more psychic showcasing, man. Let me tell you, I made that mistake once, and that's why I'm half human. Thank you very much for entering the Shrine of Chaos this week. I will talk to you and see you next week when we have some fun.